my last day, I sat down with my director. She kind of gave me a formal review, which was very helpful to actually see what that would be like before being a full-time employee, and then let me know that I did in fact receive an offer, and that I would be, receiving the details in the mail and all this stuff thanks to a lot of the negotiations that the Office of Career Development had done on our behalf. There's, I think, a deadline that we don't have to reply before that deadline, so it was nice to have time. And of course, you come back and being in the school setting, you think, I can do anything, and now you've achieved this, and is it too good? Should I still look around? Should I look into other opportunities? And I think that lasted about 2 weeks, and I thought, what am I thinking? I had a great summer, I worked on interesting work, I liked the people that I worked with, what am I waiting for? So I ended up actually just accepting the offer.
You have a performance development plan. You start at the beginning of the 10 weeks, and there's a check-in in the middle, and then at the end there's a review, and your career coach essentially takes your file and presents you to a committee that decides whether or not you'll get an internship offer.
All banks actually have, a performance evaluation process where midway you get a mid-year evaluation, and then the end you get another one. And so, kind of building upon the success that I had in both groups, enable for positive dialogue with HR. It was more like, okay, so if we give you this offer, you're gonna take it. And it was like, of course, I just spent 10 weeks here, I would be crazy to not take it. And then it got solidified later on with a phone call. So it was definitely a lot of excitement.
I remember the day very clearly. It was very exciting. I was standing by my phone because they told us the day they would call us. And having the offer coming into second year was great. It's like, a weight's lifted off your shoulders. Obviously there are classmates who don't have that same experience, and everyone turns out fine in the end. That's what the internship is for. It's really a testing phase. And if it's a fit and it works out, awesome, you come back with an offer.
I had basically 2 mentors who were maybe, let's say, 5 to 10 years older than me, who were the people who were actually my advocates, who actually went to my boss and said we need to help him get a job, who were there really fighting for me. We had a really nice, cool conversation just about, those personal questions that most people have before they go for a job. What am I gonna actually be doing? What is the salary like? What would my actual title be? Those sorts of things. And it was really, really nice to have people like that I was comfortable with, that I could ask those questions. And then obviously it was great to have people who were willing to, go to bat for me.
It was also important for me to realize the industry that I'm working in, and that the full-time offer wouldn't come until the spring. So I paced myself. I didn't go full throttle ahead and fall, although I did start building those relationships, and I capitalized on those relationships in the spring as interest from employers became more apparent to me. The biggest thing that I can say that I took away is staying focused on where I knew I wanted to go. I wasn't discouraged by getting turned down, and in fact I doubled my efforts to try to stay in the industry that I knew that I loved, and that was really my whole basis for coming back to business school in the first place.